heated blanket is on. It is dark and cloudy out, and I want to rant about Degrassi because this documentary is coming out. I'm seeing some of the clips, and it's making me remember things I haven't forgotten and things I don't want y'all to forget either. Because boy, did they really butter my biscuits. Hi, welcome to or back to my channel. It has been a minute, and honestly, I've been talking about it on my Instagram, but I've had the hardest time filming these videos. I have my little notepad worth of things, note card of things that I remember from Degrassi. I'm solely going based on my memory. That's how it's gonna work today. And I just wanna like sit back and really note a couple of things that I remember from that show, because that show was crazy. Like low-key, I can't be remembering it like this. This couldn't have been what happened. I'm gonna start out with something that everybody remembers. I know good and well Fiona did not kiss her brother. He did not push her off fast enough for me. I feel like in the way I remember seeing it, yeah, there's shock, but that was beyond shock, sir. And then she just, after that, she was like, oh no, but I actually liked Holly J this whole time. Excuse me? That's your way of coping with that? I know Emma did not get with Peter after what he did to Manny. Sometimes people be acting like Emma was always like this do-gooder great person, but sometimes this isn't a very activist baddie of you. Are you insane? This isn't a very good friend of you, because that man fully had videos of her, which is considered a legitimate crime. And then aside from that, I don't know if I'm remembering this right in my head. You chose to get with Peter, who, if I'm remembering correctly, is the son of the woman who your stepfather cheated on your mother with? There's no way you thought that he had good morals as a human being when that's his mother. What made you think I should get with her son? Go ahead, I'll wait. Cause it's not making sense to me how you thought that was valid. There are a lot of times where with Emma, I was just like, girl, you are not as smart as you see. And that's why, hear me out. Let's say this is an unpopular opinion, because a lot of people, when they hear about this shit, they're like, ew. Spinner and Emma, I'm not mad about it. I'm not. Because I don't like how people are acting like 9 times out of 10, Emma's better and doesn't deserve Spinner. Why are we acting like they don't match each other's freak? There are a lot of trifling things that Emma did, and there are a lot of trifling things that Spinner did. Let's keep it a buck. They fit. And that's why the original shock of like, oh, y'all are getting married? Daddy said to Spinner Mason, to Gavin, him. And then 2 seconds later was like, I see it. Everybody was gagged about it, but 2 seconds later, they saw it. Sometimes she was trifling. Sometimes he was trifling. Sometimes they were trifling together. The fact that they got together the way that they did, to me, only supports and mirrors the fact that the way they got, like, they're trifling. So what is their shit name? Sema? No, wouldn't that be Sean and Emma? Yeah, I know Sean gonna get back from the military confused. He gonna be confused. But Spema, I think it's Spema. I'm team Spema. It works. Just because, they didn't talk in school. You know how many people I know that are together after going to the same school, going to the same college, going to the same whatever, and then they get together after? You know how many times I've seen men bully the heck out of girly pops like every once in a while and then actually end up getting with them later? Spema. I'm here for it. Ellie and Marco. I know y'all did not have an inside arc where they got back together post coming out. Not to say it's crazy in that regard, but like, I think the reason why it was crazier is because the only thing that came out of that situation where Ellie and Marco got back together for a night was that, maybe we shouldn't live with each other. That's it. That's the only thing y'all came to. I think there's a lot more that y'all should talk about, high key. I don't think that's the crux. Let me move on, because why they end that show with Tristan in a coma for the entire season? only for him to just be like, hey, I'm up. Where is everybody? Last up. Anyways, you talk about mad. It's not that I didn't see it coming, kind of, but I don't like how they tried to give Owen an arc that was decent. That man was a bully, he was homophobic, and he was a harasser. Don't tell me that he got with Anya in good faith. And I'm saying it makes sense because, to be honest, Anya has always been like a follower. That's literally a thing. She's always been a follower. So it makes sense that she would get with someone like Owen, who would literally bully the heck out of her and then come through talking about it's because I like you. Men like that, disgusting. But it's not gagging me that Anya fell for that. And it's also not gagging me that because she fell for that, all of her friends were like, girl, you're kind of stupid. Because only dumb people end up with someone like Owen. Yeah, they do. Owen is crazy. I don't like how sometimes, like, this is just a trope in general. I don't like it when they try to make a character seem like more palatable in terms of them not being as much of a bigot because of like a friend that they have or a sibling they have. Like, ain't no way y'all have Owen being homophobic as all get out to Riley, who was Anya's friend, and then flip it and be like, but no, he has Tristan, who's gay. And he likes his brother, just like he was a jerk to Anya, but you know, he liked her. Again, I'm not surprised at all, but it is stupid. Speaking of siblings, Degrassi had a thing with siblings to where they would have siblings and we'd never hear from them again. Spinner and Emma got married. Where was Kendra? I know the reason why the actor left the show. Kendra's actor left. Y'all didn't want to replace her? Y'all didn't want to mention her at least. Claire just had me messed up because Claire, and let me divulge to talk about Claire for a minute. Claire had a miscarriage. Her parents got married, making her boyfriend at the time her stepbrother. She had cancer. So much happened to my girl, Claire. She graduated. Good things happened to her too. Where was Darcy? Darcy could not have still been on the continent. There's no way that she was still in Africa that whole time. Who else could you say this for? Danny. Danny was at least there for Liberty. But at some point he just fell off the face of the earth too. With forgot their name, I'm so sorry. Tristan was in a whole coma. Where was Owen? Because he was so supportive of his brother. Connor was announced as Emma's cousin, and we ain't see none of that for real. I thought during the graduation at least we'd see dude with Connor at least. Like, the only sibling that I could say I feel like actually was there and came back, and that's a lot, obviously just because of the actor, but that was Katie and Maya. Because when Maya needed an intervention, Katie pulled up. That's the only time that and genuinely when I was watching, I was like, thank you, because that has been a thing for the entirety of the show for me. That I was just like, dang, these people go through so much crap, and then their siblings that we know never come back. They never find a way to explain their absence either. They're just not there anymore. Allie got married by her husband, and Sav was nowhere in sight. Let me move on before I get mad. Back to Claire, I'm tired. My girl literally had the Rory Gilmore, all that studying, all that that she had going for her. Life just got her. Life was thrown at her. She had to deal with Drew. That's enough to put somebody through it, child. I'm so sick. I'm so mad that they had something. I also say the same. Low-key, let me switch off of Claire because I feel like I've said enough about my girl and I love her now. Let's talk about Drew for a minute because to me, Owen is the same as Drew to me. I don't like Drew as a character solely because the most likable thing about him is the fact that he has nothing but unconditional love for his brother. Then why were you with Bianca? Because your brother was cool. And then Bianca outed him. Not just outed him, called him a freak. All of a sudden, he be going through it because of her. And you got with her? I don't even care if they became friends afterwards. You still got with her, but you love your brother. Two things that bother me. I'm gonna just skip by one thing. Caitlyn and Joey, because yeah, we're going back there. We're not just gonna stick with New Generation. We're going back to where we started, okay? I watched literally every variation of Degrassi. We're not gonna act like Caitlyn and Joey weren't giving Shawn and Angela, and y'all didn't rob us of that. Y'all were just friends. Send it back. I don't like this happening solely because it was dumb to me. I'm not gonna say it's not realistic and that men don't be doing this, especially men that are friends with women don't be doing this. But the idea that Toby liked Liberty is in no way a bad thing because Liberty had him. But the fact that she dealing with baby daddy drama and she still likes that baby daddy and he going over and messing out with Mia, who got a baby already, and he's selling drugs to support this baby. Liberty mad at him for selling drugs. Why won't you respect a man who got some hustle to him? I don't understand it. But she dealing with too much. You coming in to not just say you like her, which I feel like is perfectly fine, even if she doesn't see the same way. He still stood beside her anyway, so frankly, the fact that he not only was like, girl, I like you, but he tried to make it her problem too and another thing on her plate. And I don't like that. I don't like that. Because I feel like as a black character, Liberty already did not get a lot. And honestly, there is something to be said about the way a lot of these black characters were handled, from Hazel to Marisol to Liberty. I mean, all of them. Shay, oh my gosh, Shay gets on my nerves so bad in terms of the way she was handled. I don't like it. I'm gonna get there though. But the fact that Liberty had issues, she's already having this situation that, for real, to get into it high key, I feel like we didn't really dive into the fact that my girl had legitimate trauma. She gave birth, she gave her child away. It was a whole thing that she had to grieve her baby dad. Like, I feel like they mentioned that after she graduated and went to college, but not enough for me. That was just thrown out as a way to like get to know her, and it was like, girl, that was traumatizing. You want to like speak about that more? The fact that there was a whole couple of episodes where Toby was really acting as if, like, I know I shouldn't like you. I know it's not good. I'm sorry. I know. I don't mean to, but you know, her baby daddy's selling drugs right now. He over there in the vans, and then going home afterwards to a woman with a child that is not her. She does not need this right now. Are you insane? You saying you like me is one thing. You saying you like me as more than a friend, but you still treat me like a friend or something more is one thing, because you're at least still helping me, you're supporting me, you're a shoulder to cry on, that is one thing. You being that shoulder to cry on while also every once in a while pulling your hair out because you like her so much and you know you shouldn't, send it back. That's too much, because now you're making it so she not only has to deal with the fact that you like her when she maybe doesn't feel the same, she doesn't feel the same, she also got to deal with her own problems, but then she now, because of the position you put her in as someone who considers herself a friend of yours, has to pacify you and make you feel better about it, being like, oh no, it's okay. And I know it's a part of his character because he was just as crazy with Kendra, being like, I like you so much, I know, I'm sorry. It was a lot. Toby, it was a lot. Let's move on to Jenna as a character, because girl, you got on my nerves. I'm so glad she had a bit of an arc, because you were trifling, girl. Obviously, she shouldn't have beat Casey with a guitar, but also, was she wrong about it? Not necessarily, but also you should not have done that, because I know good and well, like, you are trifling. You got here, became friends with Claire. Claire's over here talking about her crush on KC, and you gonna go be with her? But it's not even a thing of like they went out. It was a thing of not only did they go out on a date, but you knew how much Claire liked him. If this girl is telling you how much she likes somebody and you actively go behind her back to get with him, that is trifling, because you were there. But then you get with him, you get pregnant, and instead of being normal about it still, you're still making digs at Claire. Are you insane? But you know, sometimes I do be saying, you know, Jenna, you got it, because if you ain't never did that stupidness, then Claire would have never dropped her glasses, and that hers wouldn't have rolled over him, and it would have been a whole day, you know? You win some, you lose some. And also, I think that Jenna and Connor were good. Let's move on. I hate Zig as a character the same way I hate Owen, but I dislike Zig a bit more. I dislike Zig a bit more. Good grief. Because he's pathetic. You have a crush on a girl who ultimately maybe gave in to you sometimes, but did not like you. She had a boyfriend. Now, on top of everything that Cam has, the only thing that he was like, makes me happy is Maya. You wanna go to Cam and straight up tell him to die and leave Maya alone. He goes on to be with him. She literally trauma dumped on you, saying she feels like she will never be happy again. But she still gives you some sort of attention. Y'all get together and you have the nerve to cheat on her on camera. It's giving, I expect you to also keep messing with me after I do you dirty, because you are mine on my terms. And my traumatized bestie Maya did not need that. The way Katie was like, intervention, and she still like years later was like, you are still not over Cam, are you? Because real talk, no, she's not still over him. And of all the people that she got with afterwards, it was Zig. My girl had her hair straightened. She was on drugs. She was doing the most. My girl got kidnapped, and she still had to worry about Zig at the end of the day. I'm sick. Let's talk about Shay real quick. Shay was too nice. That's another black characters thing for me. Cause ain't no reason why Lola and Tiny should have ever been a thing. There's no way. I feel like that's a smidge like Claire, Jenna, and Casey. But the thing is, I don't remember if Lola knew that Shay liked Tiny. I don't know. That was still strange to me. And I'm not saying it because, you know, Tiny and Shay were the only black people there. I'm saying it because I don't know why. I've said that before and people be like, no, you just don't like Lola because she's not black. No, I don't like it because Lola and Tiny made no sense. And they came out of nowhere. Like, again, and let me come back to Shay off of that and be like, I don't know why y'all let that girl put tissues in her bra. Why y'all do that to my girl? It was a lot. It was a lot. I don't watch. Maybe I'll talk about the shit because high key, Eclair, I'm an Eclair fan, but man, did Eli put Claire through it. Because what do you mean? You did all that to get Claire to cheat on her when you get to New York? I don't get it. But you know, this video going on long enough. It's at 35 minutes. I really have been yapping for 35 minutes about the show. Yeah, I gotta rewatch. Because some of these episodes I remember, and I didn't even talk about Rick. I didn't even talk about Terry. Terry was bad. But honestly, I did this because, again, the documentary, whatever it takes, is coming out like in TIFF in like September 22nd. It made me think about Degrassi, and I was like, dang, there are some moments in this that I'm not gonna let y'all forget, and I'm gonna let myself forget. So let me archive this. Emma in Van. Let me not talk about Emma. let me rap. let me rap. This show was a trip. Thank you guys for watching. If you got this far, I don't know, put like a strawberry in the description. This was crazy. Anyways, bye.